Today's viewer says, "It was super strange and uncomfortable, but I just can't figure out what it meant. My older brother, a 23-year-old male, and I, a 21-year-old female, are pretty close. My younger brother, 11-year-old male, doesn't talk or socialize much, but I'm pretty close to him too. My older brother recently got married to his high school sweetheart, 24-year-old female, and I'm pretty close with her as well. Anyway, I don't remember the beginning or the end of the dream, but I remember my boyfriend, 27-year-old male, driving me in the passenger seat, and we parked at some crack house and walked through it. It literally looked like a sex trafficking scheme filled with kids and adults of all ages. The people were sleeping on the floor. I don't remember much, but they weren't doing well. Once we walked through and got back into the car, I noticed that my little brother and my sister-in-law weren't with us. And when I turned to ask my older brother, he started crying and told us to just drive off and leave her there. I started panicking and begging my boyfriend to turn around because I couldn't leave my little brother. It was just so much more dramatic experiencing the dream, and while I don't remember what happened to my sister-in-law, I do remember reuniting with my little brother and just hugging him and sobbing. As I mentioned, I don't really remember the end, but the part with the most emphasis was the fact that I was losing my little brother and my sister-in-law, and the fact that my older brother was upset about it, but wanted to just let them go. And part of my conscience remembers my brother being unhappy and his life, like possibly suicidal. None of the dream makes any sense, but I just have this huge intuition that it's trying to tell me something or portraying part of my life. It's really keeping me up, and it's super heavy on my mind. I also saw my younger brother last night and felt drawn closer to him and more protective of him for some reason. Hello and welcome back, or welcome for the first time. I'm Amanda with Amanda's Answers, and I'm here today with another dream interpretation. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notification of many more dream interpretations. If you do have any dreams that you would like interpreted or advice that you would like from me, feel free to either comment below or message me. There's lots of contact information in the information below, so feel free to reach out. I look forward to hearing from you. So, dreaming of leaving someone behind, that's it's a loved one, family members, multiple ones, and that makes you feel really bad. It's another dream where you wake up, and any dream that you really experience fully, vivid ones like that, you wake up and you're like, oh, you feel that feeling of loss, whether it's someone died, you left someone behind, someone got hurt, a relationship ends, anything like that is very involving and traumatic. Although it happened in your sleep, you wake up feeling like it really happened. So it's completely understandable that you feel these strong emotions, even if you can't remember the details. I've woken up before and had a dream that I know I was just emotionally invested in and couldn't remember any of it, but it still weighed heavy on me. In a way, it's kind of good that you can remember some of it at least, because it does help you to process it a little bit better. Granted, dreams are our body's way, our mind's way of processing our daily life when we sleep, but being able to think about it and figure out why you were so emotional does help some too. When we wake up, we might not remember all the details, but what you did is not dissimilar from actually experiencing them. So the first thing is you left someone behind in the dream. That is not really about leaving someone behind physically, but more about a phase change in our life. You mentioned the age difference between you and your little brother, and that's a significant indicator there. You're an adult now, and he's still a child. You're concerned for him because he's not very social. He doesn't have a lot of friends or hang out with a lot of people. You are probably, the way this sounds, his main friend, the main person that he sought comfort in, and his main confidant. And that happens, with brothers and sisters. The problem is the age gap there makes it hard. I'm saying this from the perspective of the child. My siblings were 15, 13, and 11 when I was born, and I had two of them went off to the army, and one of them was working all the time, and she was engaged, and nobody really had a lot of time for me when I was little. And when they did, they were almost like secondary parents. So it's a different kind of relationship when you have that gap. The brother sister relationship is a little bit different. And for you, growing up and getting older, you're concerned about leaving him behind. You're concerned about what he's going to do in life, what situations he might get himself in. And and that's good. That's what a big sister does, right? But you want to make sure that you're making time to keep that relationship close. I would recommend, I don't know what your situation is, if you're living near him or apart or what, but I would make it a point to set up regular intervals that you hang out with him or play a game with him, or if you're not together, FaceTime or talk on the phone, whatever, regular text messages, whatever you have to do to keep that relationship strong, even from a distance, just so he knows that even though the distance may part you, or your lives may be going in different directions, that you're still there and that he can still rely on his big sister like I'm sure he always has. Your sister-in-law, she is new to the family, although it was your brother's high school sweetheart. So you've kind of, in a way, probably sort of grown up with her too, because it sounds like, for that to be a high school sweetheart, they've been together for a while. You say that you're pretty close with her too, so she's almost like a pseudo sister or a friend, a close friend to you. Leaving her behind almost sounds like a fear, especially now that your brother is married to her. There's always the fear of divorce, right? Our country has like 50% divorce rate. It's terrible. So that fear of what happens if they don't last, you are worried about what will happen to your friendship. Will he just say leave her behind? Or can you still remain friends if something happens? And that's just the body's way of processing that. It doesn't mean that there's any turmoil in their relationship. Their relationship can be perfectly fine, but that's our subconscious thinking and worrying about things that they don't really need to worry about yet. Now, in the end, you reunite with your brother. And this is a good indicator of family and loving and togetherness. Your brother, you always go back to. And that's what you're trying to convey to him in the dream, that you will always come back, you will always find him, no matter how far apart you are, whether you're across the street or across the country or across the world from each other, that your relationship is always there, no matter what he gets himself into or you get yourself into, you're always there for each other. And you need to make sure that in your daily life that you're conveying that to him. I'm sure you are, but it can be hard on a young person, especially the way the world is today, to know that they really have someone to depend on. So just take every opportunity that you have to make sure that he's aware of that. And it sounds like your dream made you feel more connected to him. So just foster that and do what you can to grow that relationship. Your sister-in-law, just know that no matter what happens, if you guys have been close for years, no matter what, you can always remain friends. Overall, family is important. You need to grow that and foster it as much as you can. Be part of your family, even if you're not together, whether you are together or not. Just do what you can to stay in touch and keep that closeness and love for each other strong. I hope this answered your question. If not, then let me know. If anyone else has any questions or any dreams that you would like interpreted, you can either put the information below. The best way to get a dream to me is probably by email. I check that constantly and I can keep it all sorted out. But if you'd like to message me or put it in my Facebook group, however you would like to contact me, please do. I'm always here and I really look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions, please comment below and be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye.